Today we'll discuss what is a cybertext. Cybertext is basically a subcategory of digital text. Digital text is an umbrella term which includes cybertext and hypertext. And we have discussed digital text and hypertext in our previous two videos, and this is the last video about these texts. What is a cybertext? A cybertext is basically a digital text that changes based on the reader's action. Now you have to understand this, that cybertext is dependent on the reader. How the reader interacts with the text, that creates the text. It is interactive and often involves making choices that affect the outcome or what you read next. First of all, you have to understand the cybertext is not something ready-made for you. It is something that you, in one way or another, create yourself. And the best example over here can be just bring in your mind a kind of video game where you are given the options to make choices for your hero, right? You are, just take an example of GTA Vice City. That is a computer game which I think everyone has played. So in GTA Vice City, it is dependent on you to make the choices for the main character, how you will proceed in the game, right? What kind of dress you will wear, what kind of interaction you'll have with people, if you want to be a criminal by killing people or you want to be a good person by following the rules. So that is the outcome of the video game is completely dependent on the actions of the one who is playing it. Now just apply this example on cybertext. The outcome of the text is dependent on the one who is reading it. It is a kind of a text which is very interactive and you are given options what to do next. Cybertext is a concept in digital literature that refers to interactive, non-linear texts where the reader actively participates in the creation and navigation of the content. Cybertext is any digital text that changes based on what reader does. The term cybertext is coined by Aspin Arseth in 1997. The concepts of digital text and hypertext were very easy. Cybertext is a little bit, tricky concept, and if you understand it by means of its example, then you will be able to, grasp the whole idea. So let's move to its example first, and then we'll revisit the definitions and we will, understand it. So basically, one of the examples of cybertext is the interactive fiction, where users choose different narrative paths based on their input, leading to multiple possible outcomes. There are different mobile games where you are given the option to do something, like, they welcome you in the game and they ask your name and then they ask you, what do you want to do now? Like you want your main character to wear this dress or wear that dress or go to the party or go to the club or go to the library. Like you are over there making choices for your character. So you are, affecting the outcomes of the narrative. So you are interacting with the text over there and you are creating a kind of outcome for that particular narrative or that particular fiction. So that is what interactive fiction is. Dialogue systems in computational linguistics, dialogue systems such as chatbot operate similarly to cybertext in this way that they allow the user to steer the direction of the conversation. For example, even when you are chatting with the AI of your cell phone, you are the one who is, determining the outcome. You are, it's a kind of an interactive text. The way you are talking with your AI is a very good example of cybertext. You just write something and then the ChatGPT or AI responds. Similarly, you respond to it and then it responds. So the text is very much dependent on how you are interacting with it. The next example over here is that video games. Video games embody the principle of cybertext by providing interactive, non-linear and dynamic narratives that engage players in unique and meaningful ways. For example, in video games, you are given different options and you choose from those options. That can be, you can either be a good character or you can either be a negative one. You can either choose to move freely within the game or you can either choose to do a mission that is assigned to you by anyone over there, and you can either get money from there. So cybertext is basically something that is dependent on the reader, on the audience that is interacting with the text. So now let's revisit the definition. So over here in definition we see cybertext is the digital text that changes based on reader's action. How the reader is acting, how the reader is making choices, how the reader is deciding for that particular text. It is interactive and often involves making choices that affect the outcome of what you read next. Video games are the best example for this. I hope I have made it clear for you, and in case there is any ambiguity, then you can leave that in the comment box and I'll definitely try my best to answer you. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I pray that may peace and love nestle in your heart. I would highly appreciate if you like and share the video, and if you want to stay connected, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you have any kind of questions or suggestions, feel free to drop them below in the comment section, and you can also suggest some topics from English linguistics or literature that you want us to cover for you. Thank you so much.